Yeah, go.
Hello and welcome to the John Smith Stadium in Huddersfield for the second autumn test between England's men and Tonga. Now, if last week is anything to go by, we are in for a fantastic afternoon.
The test is about to begin. Bradley with the pass, kick for the win, and England are in! Tonga, very well worth trying. Tonga looking menacing. Tyson Brazil! Smith. Oh, lovely. Lewis! Oh, that's devastating! Mikey Lewis! And it's all sparking. Big ball for Johnson! Oh, that's perfection! He's right. He's going to hit the accelerator. What a finish that is! It bounces loose. A thriller which went right to the wire.
What a match, and that 22-18 win for Shaun Wane's England means victory today would guarantee a series win. Led by England's youngest ever Rugby League captain Jack Welsby, it was Hull KR's Mikey Lewis who was the star of the show last week on his test debut. And the standoff will be aiming for another eye-catching performance today, as will winger Tom Johnston, who scored 2 tries to help seal England's win. As for Tonga, their coach Christian Wolff knows that only a win today will do. As the first Pacific Island nation to tour England, the Mate Ma'a showed they have the personnel and the power to trouble anyone. Tyson Frizzell was a danger throughout last week, and conditions today could be more to their liking on a firmer pitch, which standoff Tuilolahea knows better than anyone as he plays here for Huddersfield in the Super League. So it is all set. Test 2 of this mouth-watering autumn series is upon us, with kick-off about half an hour away. And just to mark your card to next week, we have a terrific triple header to look forward to. On Saturday, England's women take on Wales at Headingley. We're on air at 11:30 on BBC 2. Straight after that, from 2 o'clock on BBC 1, England's men face Tonga in the 3rd test. And on Sunday, November the 5th, it's a repeat of the World Cup final as world champions England take on fierce rivals France. There's no love lost there at all, so expect the fireworks to fly. Coverage starts at 2:45 on BBC 2. I'm hoping no sparks flying between our guests of a fierce nature. Anyway, I'm about to take myself up an awful tunnel there. We have got the England women's captain, Jodie Cunningham, with us alongside England and Great Britain former player Jon Wilkin. Jodie, the last time we saw you on the BBC, you were lifting the Challenge Cup at Wembley, an incredibly special moment, and next week you lead England out, a special year for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that game at Wembley was what dreams were made of for so many women. And for me, it was the best moment of my career. So.
Tonga, Christian Wolff saying immediately after, we will be better.
Yeah, without doubt, and I think the pitch will suit them here. Look, it's drizzling, it's wet, which they won't like, but the pitch is firm. Last week the pitch was boggy, and Tonga visibly tired towards the end of that match.
Let's check on the two teams who will take the field today, starting with England. There are a couple of changes from Shaun Wane. Warrington's Matty Ashton comes in on the wing to replace Tommy Makinson, who has a wrist injury, while Wigan's Liam Farrell is on the bench in place of Morgan Knowles, who's got a back injury. We're told both will be fit for next week. Dom Young, though, is out of the series. He's recovering from illness. It sounds like it's been quite nasty, so we wish him well. And turning to the Tonga team for today, they give a debut to Junior Tupu, who replaces his injured West Tigers teammate Stafford Toa on the wing. There are a couple of changes in the pack, but the halfback pairing remains the same, with local favourites Tuilolahea starting on his club home ground. So those are the teams. Let's take a closer look at Tonga. Hopefully John has made it down to the other end of the pitch for the Tonga game plan.
Hey, we just ran up here for the Tonga warm-up in play. I just want to focus on this man here.
Well, listening into that game plan, very interestedly, I'm sure, the head coach of Tonga, Christian Wolf. Christian, thanks for joining us. What did you make of what Jon said?
Look, thanks very much for having us. And I think he's on the mark there. And our strength is our power and our running game. And I heard you mention before a firmer pitch. That's certainly going to help us in that department as well. So.
Right, Jon, you've taken a very close look at this. Take it away.
Yeah, well, it speaks to the subtle differences between the NRL and Super League, and I thought it was evident. There's lots of stats we look at during a game. The most important one for me from last week was play the ball speed. Over half a second quicker for England, and that means an awful lot within the context of a game about what you can do with the ball. And I thought England, how they approached the ruck was very much in a Super League style. Really slowing it down, and it ground this team the Tongan team to a halt. What we see, 61 three-man tackles. Now, I'm not a lover of stats, I hate numbers, but these prove and paint a picture for me. Now, if we go and look at Tonga, guys who play in the NRL, give Jack Welsby half a second more, and he can do that. And for me, that was the difference in the game. This is the difference there, 38 three-man tackles, and I feel like England maybe got that right, Christian.
Christian, thanks so much for joining us. Go well today.
No worries. Thanks
well, let's hear from Christian's opposite number, the England head coach, Shaun Wane.
Well, Shaun, you're forced into a few changes this week. What's the thinking behind? I know some of them are injuries, but what's the thinking behind the changes you've made?
Yeah, they're exactly that, Damian. Tommy Mack's got a problem with his wrist, not major, and Morgan Knowles, who will miss. He's got a problem with his back, so they'll be right for next week. And but I'm very, very confident with the players what we're bringing in.
What are you expecting from Tonga? It was so close last weekend, wasn't it, at St Helens?
Yeah, I know they're saying they could have won and should have won, but I thought the score flattered them. If I'm honest, I thought we could have been a bit more aggressive and a bit more of a killer instinct in our play. But they'll be better this week, and I can assure you we'll be better this week. So it's got the makings of a great game.
Christian Wolf had his say on the officiating, and you had a bit of a go back. I sense there's a bit of needle about this Test match series, isn't there?
No, I don't know him. I don't know him. I was amazed at what he said about the referees. Refereeing the ruck differently, and I just didn't understand. Genuinely didn't understand. But they can do what they want, and we'll do what we want.
Damian Johnson there asking the question. Some fighting talk from Shaun Wane. We're keeping Jon busy. You can just see the orange scarf there. He's in the middle of the England players.
Hey, how good's this? Lee Breer's back in the country. Brisbane Broncos, what a season this man had last year. Awesome. Lee Breer's involved in the England camp. What about this man?
Well, the players are coming out here, so let's hand you to our commentary team. The former Great Britain coach, Brian Noble, is alongside our commentator, Matt Newsum.
Thanks, Tanya. Well, Act 1 was special. Act 2 promises equal. Advantage England. A week fitter, sharper and stronger for Tonga and England. Both coaches would have had their heads under the proverbial bonnet this week, looking for a tune-up. And now they get the chance to do it all over again here in Huddersfield. England against Tonga, the second of a 3-test series. Well, it wouldn't be International Test Rugby League without a bit of pageantry. Now it's time for the anthems. The ceremony complete. Let's have a look at the teams. England make a couple of changes, enforced for Shaun Wane. Matty Ashton comes in for the injured Tommy Makinson. Off the bench, Liam Farrell provides the option with Morgan Knowles unavailable. Tonga have kept the changes to a minimum as well. Junior Tupou comes in for his club teammate Stafford Toa out on the wing. Off the bench, there's a bit of a change too, with Eliezer Katoa replacing Hami Saley, and there's a switch with Hamaoli Olakawatu coming into the side as well. Stadium, Jack Smith is our referee for this one. Liam Moore will be the video ref. His touch judges, as you can see, Chris Kendall and Richard Thompson. So it's a heavyweight lineup. Brian Noble not far away from kick-off. The Test Rugby League is back again in England, second time in a matter of 6 days.
Can't wait, absolutely. Christian Wolf has lit the flame for me, saying they started poorly last week. England got off to a start. I'm expecting huge fireworks at the beginning of this. On the week before bonfire night, we're going to see some fireworks, an early display if you like, Matt. This is going to be fantastic.
Will it go to a decider, or can Shaun Wane's side pick up this series here today, and there's a tone-setting carry right off the back fence there from Tonga, Brian Noble.
Well, it's going to be a bit more of that from Tonga. They said they need to be more direct, more physical. Jon Wilkin pointed that out in our pre-match assessment, that they're going to have to be a bit more direct. Christian Wolf also talks about the slippery conditions, so it may well not be.
And England will head to the sheds with an advantage that they have worked hard to achieve. They've grabbed it, they've slugged it out, and they have their reward at halfway, Brian. Half-time, England 12, Tonga 0. Let's get down to Damian Johnson with Tui Lolohea.
Tui, what did Tonga have to do in the second half to get back in this?
I think we're just making too many errors. You know, we're giving them early position. We're making errors on tackle 1, tackle 2. So,
thanks, Tui.
Cheers, thank you.
Harry Smith is also with us. Harry, 12-2 a fair reflection, or 12-0 a fair reflection?
Yeah, I think we've done well most of the game. I think just a few errors have let them have a bit more field position that we'd liked, but.
Well, the rain is teeming down here, but John, definitely in most areas England have got the better of that one.
Yeah, they've been dominant in most facets of the game. It's been a game where England seem to have a bit more composure.
Just to say, when we come off air here on BBC One, we will still have Rugby League Extra over on the iPlayer and BBC Sport website, because we will be discussing more on this game. We have interviews, plus we will be talking to Tony Sutton, the CEO of the RFL, following the new grading system which was announced by the RFL, the indicative phases for the clubs. It's created quite a lot of talk, and we will also be looking forward to what looks like a cracking weekend next weekend. And the teams are back out for the second half, so we will get in the dry and hand you back to our commentary team of Brian Noble and Matt Newsum.
Thanks, Tanya, well deserved. The England players can celebrate because they have won this Test series. They beat Tonga in St Helens. They beat Tonga here in Huddersfield. The series is in the bag. 2 bruising encounters.
Well, let's go over to Damian, who's got Matty Ashton with him.
Matty Ashton, congratulations, player of the match. Your first 2 international tries and a series victory. How does that feel?
I'm absolutely buzzing, to be honest, mate. It was a tough grind in the end.
Well, that is all we've got for you on BBC One. Remember that we will be on the BBC Sport website and the iPlayer with more reaction. But England have won the series. It'll still be feisty next weekend, though, when we've got a triple header. Bye for now. Welcome back to Huddersfield, where England have beaten Tonga 14 points to 4 and have won the series. Now that's a nicer Sean Wayne than the slightly angry man that we got post-match.
It's a contrast.
It is a bit of a contrast.
Well, so angry about them comments, and I'm just going to kiss my grandchild.
You see, he's cute and cuddly, really, deep down.
Oh, of course he is. It's the character, isn't he? You have to portray different characters, and when you're a leader and a coach, you take on different versions of yourself. He's clearly got very 2 different versions of himself.
Yeah. Well, really, rugby league is you go into war, aren't you?
Yeah.
You go into war on a field against the opposition, and that is how Sean Wayne takes it.
They were better, Tonga.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was like an abstract painting in the game. It was, you're not sure what you're looking at times. But England, in these areas,
there's a very large gentleman coming in behind you.
Well, it's perfect that Mike's joining us here, because it wasn't attractive this afternoon.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. I think in big games and Test match rugby as well, defence wins your matches. you know, there were spells in that game where we were making a few errors and we had to rely on our defence to get us out of trouble.
And enjoy tomorrow. It'll be a big day for you as well.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, let's get a bit more reaction now, this time from the Tonga camp with Felice Kofusi.
Felice, commiserations. How disappointing to lose the series.
Very disappointing. Obviously, we thought we'd learned from the first game, and we're coming in with high hopes. And
as we said, they just dominated the stats in all senses. Penalties, discipline was an issue all the way for Tonga. But England with a tidy performance, Tanya.
And you may have just heard the voice. I feel like I've entered the land of the giants. Mike Mamikin's bigger, even bigger, Tom Burgess. Did you enjoy that? Do you enjoy those?
There's no better feeling, obviously, pulling on the England jersey, but also winning, and then also winning a test series against a formidable team in Tonga.
Tom, thank you very much. Enjoy the party tonight, because it sounds like it's going to be quite a good one.
Probably just in the hotel.
Yeah. We want the video of Sean Wayne in full flight.
He's still got his jeans on.
His safety shorts on. Cheers.
Tom, thanks ever so much. Let's get more reaction from inside the England camp. Victor Radley's been talking to Damian Johnson.
Well, Victor, congratulations. A Test Series victory and worth a trip from down under.
Oh, for sure, mate. Stoked we got it done in 2. I know Wayne wants to win all 3, so...
We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much for your contributions today. Jon, you're not going anywhere. You still have work to do. But Jodie, thank you very much indeed. Now, it is that time of year where we start to get revved up for Sports Personality of the Year. And we need you to tell us about your unsung heroes. Well, we have been joined by Tony Sutton, the CEO of the RFL, and Brian Noble has come down to join us because we are going to talk about grading and what it's meant and what it means to everybody else. Because this week, the Rugby Football League and their strategic partner, IMG, published their new grading system, which is one of the proposals in their plans to reimagine rugby league and its competitions in the UK. But thank you very much indeed for your time.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, thank you.
Well done, Tom.
We've had another fantastic test match here. England have beaten Tonga again, but they will want revenge, Tonga, next week, where we have got a feast of rugby league for you. But from all of us here in Huddersfield, goodbye for now.